guys, it's Megan with Cottage Quilting. Today our special is going to be the Quilt in a Day Flying Geese rulers. There's two different sets of sizes. We're going to focus on the small one today, but the weekly special is going to be for each. We're going to be doing the small 2x4 flying geese. So inside the booklet comes a set of directions. So if we go over to the fabric table now, as you can see, what we've done here is I've cut a 7-inch block as well as a 5.5-inch block. I've just centered them so that my points are going to match. I've drawn a line straight down the center, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch on either side of this line, and I'll be right back. So you can see here, I'm using a black thread just as a high contrast. Normally we wouldn't use a black thread. We would be piecing with either a gray or a tan. So I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. And when I get down to the end, I'm not even going to pull off and cut. All I'm going to do is loop. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to needle up, pivot, bring my fabric over this way, put my foot back down, and sew again. I'm going to go back to my cutting table, and I'm going to cut on this line right here. Right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open and I'm going to press to the dark half of the circle, or the dark half of the square, sorry, on either side, like so. When we're pressing, we want to remember that we just want to go straight up and down. We don't want to iron like we're ironing our clothes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our two squares and we're going to match them up, but we're going to do contrasting color to contrasting color. So I'm going to line this up so that my dark is on my green. We're going to mark triangle to triangle again and sew a 1/4 inch on either side. So you can see where I drew my line and I sewed my 1/4 inch on either side. I'm going to take my ruler point to point, use my rotary cutter, cut straight down the middle. Now when I open it up, my blocks look a little strange. But as you can see, I do have two sets of flying geese in there. So we're going to press this and I'll show you how to use the ruler. So as you can see, I'm using this table here so you can see a little bit better. This here is our flying geese. We're going to match this red triangle to our triangle points here. And do you see these little jagged lines here? That is your 1/4 inch to help ensure that you get your 1/4 inch every single time and you don't cut off your tips. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up to this, and then we're going to cut everything off. I'm going to bring in my rotating mat, which is my favorite mat to use. My rotating mat allows me to move my rotate the mat rather than my fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my points, take my rotary cutter, and go straight across. So now I can just rotate my mat. You don't need to move anything, and it helps ensure accuracy. I'm going to hold my ruler and cut. Always pull your fabric away. I'm going to rotate again, put this here, and cut. Now what I'm going to do to make sure I cut off my little dog ears here, I'm just going to flip this over, line up, oh, sorry, did it the wrong way. I'm going to line up my solid line down here, and I'm just going to slice right here. So there's one. I'll do it again. I'm going to line up my solid red lines with my with my triangles. I'm going to clean this off. Cut. Rotate. Cut. Rotate all the way around. Notice my fabric is staying exactly where it's supposed to be. And cut. This one I'm going to clean up just a little bit. I'm going to put my solid line at the bottom. And see how I just have to trim a little bit? And this will help ensure accuracy of my block. So now when I want to do my block, if you were piecing your blocks like this, you can see here that you're not going to lose your point right here. And when I flip over my 1/4 inch, it would be exactly as I needed it to be. I hope you like this ruler and tutorial. Thanks!